This is The Big Decision.
The Big Decision.
The Big Decision.
This is The Big Decision on RaW, 12:51 a.m. and WTV.
Hi, welcome to the lounge. I'm Katie.
And I'm Lawrence, and we're joined here tonight by Sam Shirley, looking very, very suave.
Thank you.
So Sam, tell us, how are you feeling about tonight? You don't look like you're on the verge of collapse.
I'm not on the verge of collapse. I think I've just become emotionally detached. You have to, after the campaign, after a week of saying the same things over and over again, banging on about the deficit, banging on about SU cards and bringing about the external role of the union president, that's all you got in your head, and just so happy to just not think about that. But I'm a bit nervous, perhaps getting closer to the time. Today I was just a bit sort of dazed, wandering around.
And you focused your campaign largely on the halls, on the freshers vote. What's that experience been like going around halls again?
I think as long as you hit freshers early, they're mildly bored by who you are. But if you hit them late, they just hate you. Some of them are quite interested. If you try and hit the buttons which get them going, like bus prices, they seem to love buses. And obviously that's a really important issue for me, and understanding what students think are important, what issues are going to make them jump up and down. So I mean, after a while they do not like you. Some people walk out with a book trying to hide and say, no, I'm not speaking to you, and rush off. But on the whole, the reaction has been quite positive, I think.
What would you say would be the biggest setback from this week?
I think the biggest setback was on Wednesday morning when Warwick Security, one bloke tore down a load of posters, and some of my competitors managed to stick up their posters around them, so they got this extra central campus publicity, which they hadn't had before because they didn't get round to putting up publicity earlier in the week. So that might have got a lot of name recognition for them, which annoys me a lot. Well, not really, but I mean, it could be that little clincher which makes me lose. So.
Well, I mean, it's such a short and intense period of campaigning. With regards to the other candidates, have you had much contact with them throughout the week?
Yeah, we had a good chat. Unfortunately, there was one day when there were a lot of rumours spreading around about negative campaigning, but it tended to be a rumour about smear campaigning that didn't really exist. And there was a lot of fuss, and we just shook hands afterwards. And beyond that, we're quite positive. As I say, I'm friends with a couple of them, got on well with the other two, so it's been pretty good.
So out of the other campaigners, who would you say scares you the most?
What scares me the most in terms of electoral prospects? I think it's been Andrew Bradley, actually, I think, in a way. Or Mitchell. I don't think Andy Glyde has got enough of the second and third year vote to really pull through. He's done a lot of very good ground campaign with freshers, but I don't think, I think there's a lot of second years and third years voting this year, and I don't think he has enough freshers vote to really pull through. Whereas Andrew Bradley knows a lot of people in second and third years and has done some ground campaigning in freshers, so that might pull him through. I don't know about Mitchell, it's so hard to say. As I say, one SAB officer said this year he's a dark horse. Again, it's all up in the air, I think.
It's all up in the air. Yeah, there's been, in the current political climate, there's been a kind of renewed excitement about politics. I mean, thinking about Barack Obama, do you think any of that's rubbed off on your campaign at all?
No.
No.
I think Barack Obama's got nothing to do with student union politics, and I think people always seem to bring up Obama, but it's student union politics, and in Britain, as opposed to most people are quite bored about it. But why more people voting this year? It's because there are lots of strong candidates, I think, in the presidential election. Last year there were two main contenders, and it seemed that Tomo would win by the end of the week. So it wasn't as interesting as one might have thought. But this year, because there's so much campaigning, try and get those last votes. We didn't stop campaigning on Friday at 5. We kept going on till 7 and 8. So.
And how will you be reacting tonight, do you think, either in celebration or in defeat?
Well, there's some people say the votes are in only when they're in. So I think don't want to cast any aspersions about whether I'm going to win or lose until I actually know. And I think I'd rather keep low expectations and just to avoid any complete sadness afterwards.
Yeah, but will you be going out for a drink regardless, do you think?
Oh yeah, you got to drink all the time.
Yeah,
students.
I agree.
Sam, it must have been an intense few weeks. How have you managed to balance your your campaign with your course?
I haven't really done anything for my course. I've got 5 essays to do and a test on Thursday, which I don't really understand the subject for. So I haven't been to any lectures or seminars this week, and the week before I didn't do much work, but I did go to my seminars and lectures. I know that some people have been painting signs for the last year pretty much for their campaign, but I haven't been doing that much. I just really hit the ground this week because you only win votes by speaking to people, and that gives them the incentive to vote if you bother to go around and saying, hello, will you vote for me, and give your spiel.
Because it was a pretty quick decision, you deciding to be president. How did it come about?
Well, I thought, because I've been in Warwick media, I mean, I led last year's election coverage, I did BigD last year, and I just seen how the system works, and it'd be quite a good role to take, I think. And I thought, why not? Why not go for it? And I quite enjoy it, I think, and I quite like to bring sort of the keeping to account in Warwick media to the role of president, keep the university account, keep the government to account. That's something I quite like to do, and I thought it'd be a nice job for here.
So it's been an interesting experience being on the other side of the media gaze for once, then.
Yeah, to an extent. And being at the end of sort of policy, sort of what do we call it? Sorry, my vocabulary's gone this evening. Where they challenge your policy, and normally it's me challenging other people's policies. People going and say, well, can this be done? I quite enjoy it actually, because normally you're always asking questions, and I like to answer the questions for a change.
Okay, well I think we'll just end by offering you a skittle.
Oh, how generous. Thank you. A solitary skittle.
Shows a yellow one. I don't know what that really represents for this candidate, but we just wish you best of luck, Sam, and thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks, Sam.
And that's all for now. We sent some of our roving RaW reporters out to ask about issues facing the students, so we'll just go over to them now. Thank you very much.